up, guys? Welcome back to Let's Chat About It. We are back after a couple weeks. We had a little hiatus, but we are back. But guess what? The tea did not stop. We have a lot to talk about, from K Michelle versus Rasheeda. I know, is it 2012 or what? And we have Cardi B and Rah Ali had a run-in. I did a little short about that, but we'll get more into that today. In Joseline's Cabaret's new season. Yes, I know Zeus is ghetto, but I do like me some Joseline Cabaret. So I'm going to do a little review on that. Plus, I do have some tea about Kelly Clarkson and her recent late husband. Her recent late ex-husband. Alright, so we're going to get into all of those things. So first things first. Let's talk about K Michelle versus Rasheeda. So, I don't know if you guys remember, but back in the day, there was a scene from Love and Hip Hop. Well, there was more than one scene, but there was a specific scene in Love and Hip Hop where K Michelle made a song and she was making fun of Rasheeda's bags under her eyes.
Rasheeda got bags, her husband a girl.
It was because Kirk tried to confront her. Basically, Kirk was confronting her to protect Rasheeda, and she felt like, he was in women's business, which he was. So then she just made a song talking about Rasheeda's bags, and this had to be like years and years ago, over 10 years ago. So recently she was on stage and she performed that song about Rasheeda.
Rasheeda got bags, her husband's a girl. Sing it for me. Yes.
And Rasheeda saw it and she was not feeling it. She started posting their Spotify numbers and bragged about having more listeners than K Michelle. And all I'm gonna say is this: when I go to a cookout, there's more of a chance I'm gonna hear VSOP rather than Bubblegum or whatever Rasheeda's song was, even though my friend liked that song.
The shade.
What I will say about Rasheeda is she has some songs, but K Michelle, we already know, has more talent. K Michelle has #1 albums. She has like numbers that charted really high on Billboard. She is definitely more successful in the music industry, I'll say, than Rasheeda. Like, K Michelle performed at the Soul Train Awards. Like, she's performed with legends and greats. She's very respected because of her voice, honestly. So if I was Rasheeda, I wouldn't compare numbers like when it came to the music, because that was kind of stupid. I don't know if her or Kirk posted it because it was said that it was on there that they both posted it. I feel like it was Kirk. I think Kirk told her to do it, but I guess we're gonna see what happens next, because I feel like that drama is probably gonna continue for a little while. I don't think this is the end of it. To be honest, I wouldn't want to see K Michelle back on Love and Hip Hop, but if she came back for that, I will watch that episode. But I stopped watching I stopped watching Love and Hip Hop when Joseline left. I was in the backseat of that car with her. Alright, moving on. Speaking of music industry, we have more tea with Offset and Stefon Diggs. So, Offset took himself to the Joe Budden podcast show, and he had some things to say. And honestly, it made me chuckle because I respect his confidence. I know a lot of people are like on Cardi B's side in the situation, and I agree with Cardi B as well, but I'm not gonna lie, the way he handled it, it was a little funny. So he basically went to the Joe Budden's podcast, and he was stating that that he feels like anybody after him that someone dates is not going to be better than him. So I was just like, oh wow, okay, excuse me. He said that Stefon Diggs is the unseasoned version of him. Matter of fact, here's some of what he said.
Nigga, Tom Timothy Jones. I'm like, every situation I ever seen go on that didn't work out, it's how can I say this?
He's stuttering.
There you go. It's like the unseasoned version. I mean, like.
Yep, so there he has it. He's like, he's an unseasoned version. But it was a little funny. He said, I'm Timothy Jones. Like, I know that's right. I know that's right. You should believe in yourself like that. But he does at the same time seem like he's pressed because he didn't have to say all that. He could have just been like, you know, I'm happy for her. You know, we're not together. She's doing her thing. All I talk about with her is the kids or whatever. He could have kept it more P. Even if he felt the way, he could have, you know, played it off a little. He looked a little pressed by saying that, but it was a little funny to me at the same time. But yeah, so that's what he had to say. I'm surprised Cardi B didn't say anything back. But speaking of Cardi B, we have the Rah Ali situation. They're running. I briefly talked about that, like I said earlier in the shorts about a week or two ago. And yeah, so they ran into each other in France. And Cardi B said that she wanted to get her lick back from Rah Ali from their beef way back in, I believe, 2018. So as you guys know, Cardi B tried to run up on Nicki Minaj at the Harper's Bazaar fashion show way back in 2018. And the crazy thing about it is that I believe it was because she said Nicki Minaj liked the post about her daughter. We never really got proof or any more details as to why when I look back, but that's allegedly what happened. And allegedly Rah Ali punched her out a few times. So Nicki Minaj stated that on her show way back then, and Cardi B stated that wasn't true in a response video to that. Now we fast forward to 2025, she sees Rah Ali and she says she needs to get her lick back. So she confronted her. Rah Ali was in a wheelchair feeling sick, and she was like, what the fuck wrong with you? And then Rah Ali was just like, I don't feel good. And then, I don't know, she said that she asked her security guard if she should fight him, if she should fight her. And the security guard was just like, yeah, because X, Y, and Z. I don't know what kind of security guard she got that's telling her to fight people. I'm sorry, if I'm an A-list celebrity, I'm not fighting you. I'm past that. I'm too good to be fighting. My outfit's probably too much money, like in an airport in France, and you're a security guard. This her homeboy from when she lived in the hood that she gave a job to. It gotta be. But anyway, she said, you know, I didn't want to look pussy in front of my security guard. So she argued with Rah Ali. They like went to a different space and they allegedly had an argument, and she threw a speaker at Rah Ali's head. Rah Ali said that she never threw a speaker at her, but she was throwing things but nothing touched her. She said that she would have been in jail if she did. Allegedly. But I don't know. This situation is interesting. One thing we do know that both stories have in common is that they saw each other and that there was some kind of altercation, some kind of argument, some kind of disagreement. So that's what I could take from it. I want to know you guys' thoughts and responses. Comment below. Let me know, what do you think happened? Do you think Rah Ali's telling the truth, that she saw Cardi B, but Cardi B didn't physically touch her? Or do you think Cardi B's telling the truth when she says that she threw a speaker and it hit Rah Ali on her head and she got her lick back and now she's happy? Also, does that mean that Cardi B lied way back in 2018 when she said that she never got attacked by Rah Ali? Because if she never hit you, then what are you getting your lick back from? I don't know. But let's move along, guys. Enough of that. Let's get to the white people drama. So, this just in. Kelly Clarkson husband, her ex-husband, has passed away. Her ex-husband, Brandon Blackstock, passed away at the age of 48. He has skin cancer. Unfortunately, he didn't make it through that. You know, they had 2 kids together, and she had to cancel her show and stop her Las Vegas show to go and I guess see what was going on. You know, they did divorce, I believe, in 2022, and he got a large settlement after that, $1.3 million settlement, along with over $45,000 a month in child support. I'm not gonna lie, I would have been so mad if I died, because I would have been so mad. Like, I couldn't die when I was broke. Like, I'm at $45K, that $1.3 million. This is crazy, because you would think that when people have money that they could afford to like get the medicine or the needs, but honestly, he got a lot of money, but it's still like, you know, it sucks. Because 48 is really young to die. To die, like, that's really young. So, you know, my condolences to her and her family and her children especially. I really feel bad for, because they're really young, and to lose a parent at that age is tough for anybody, but especially as a young kid, you know. But let's move back along to the ghetto-ness. Let's get into Joseline's Cabaret. Oh my gosh. So Joseline Cabaret is back. I'm so happy. I love Joseline's Cabaret because unlike a lot of these little ghetto shows that's out now, these little reality shows, a lot of them don't have a storyline. A lot of them are just like fighting. They see you like, you know, you walk in, they fight the whole time. But one thing I like about Joseline's Cabaret is that it gives us both. We get a little bit of the fighting and we get a little bit of the storyline, which I really appreciate. And we see what leads to the fights and the arguments and disagreements, and then we see them dance, and we can see who could dance, who can't dance, who improves over time, who gets eliminated, who wins the money at the end. There is a storyline. It's like more like classic reality TV, whereas a lot of these shows lack a storyline. It's just like, you know, you farted, now I want to fight you, now they're fighting the whole episode. So Joseline's Cabaret is not like that, and this episode was really good. It was a crazy beginning episode, a beginning opener for the episode and for the season in general, because the first thing that happened was we are taking back, it's the Puerto Rican Day Parade, and this girl Joseline will say it's the Puerto Rican Princess Parade. Like, excuse me, when she said the Puerto Rican Princess Parade? The Puerto Rican Princess Parade, like she made the whole parade about her. Like the parade is Joseline Hernandez and her head. Like she said the Puerto Rican Princess Parade. Okay. But anyway, they go to the Puerto Rican Day Parade in New York City. If you're from New York, you know every year there's a Puerto Rican Day Parade. I've never been, but yes, I know of it. So Hennessy, I believe, arrived late. If I'm not mistaken, they did say something about like makeup and hair she had issues with, but I think she arrived like 3 hours late. But the first thing you see in the first scene, Joseline's like, yo, bitch, like, you ready? You ready to do your scene or you ready to get fired? And Hennessy is like, what you talking about? I'm standing right here, like everybody else. I was confused too. I'm like, wait, what's going on? Why is she mad at her? And she's like, yo, who you talking to? They start going back and forth. Hennessy said, yo, Joseline, suck my dick, my nigga. I'm like, oh my gosh. Like, this is the beginning of the episode. So they go back and forth, and Joseline throws a fan at her and kicks her. And then Ocean jumps in the fight to get beat up. I would be so mad if I tried to protect my friend and jump in the fight and get beat up. Like, I could have sat there and minded my business. But I guess the ass whooping was worth it because Joseline was so happy throughout the whole episode that Oceans jumped in for her and gave like her props, and she was mad because Danny and Andrea didn't jump in and they didn't help her. And I felt like Joseline was doing too much, honestly. It was entertaining and funny, but you was doing too much because in reality, nobody got to jump in no fight for you. You threw a fan to kick this girl, so she want to fight you, then fight her. Run your fade. Yes, she mentions a lot throughout the episode, I do this and that for you. I feel like she's one of those people, like, she gives you something and she always got to remind you. Like, yo, let me have $20, she give you $20, and every day she remind you that she gave you $20 one day. And it's like, I'm not about to jump in your fights because you gave me money or because you gave me opportunity. Like, thank you, but I don't feel like fighting. And they were saying, Andrea was saying she didn't feel comfortable fighting because there were kids there. It's a parade, it's a very family event. And yeah, Joseline was really upset. But I did laugh because these girls know what the hell the show's giving. Y'all know how she is by now, so you chose to be on here. Because you could have went to Baddies or something, because you could beat up Natalie on there. But Joseline, you cannot do that. So you knew what you were signing up for. I don't know why y'all chose this one anyway, to be honest. But that's why I don't feel bad. I'd be laughing. So moving on, let's move on. So they get to the house. Joseline, she mentions that some more girls are coming back. She's talking to Ballistic and Melissa, and I know Miss Natural is back, and I'm excited to see Miss Natural. T Love's back, looking like J-Lo with that short haircut and the blonde hair. I was dying because Joseline said she don't know about her because she always spitting on her chest, and I was like, damn. You couldn't just like pull her aside, let her know she's spitting on your chest. But they have a discussion about the girls, so it's a good mix. One thing I also like about the show is they bring back people that haven't been back in a while. Like, we haven't seen Miss Natural in a few seasons, so it's not like always the same recycled people besides Danny and Andrea. but most people kind of get recycled. They mix in new people, so there's some new girls too. They also brought back Chinks, who is a baddie to me. I think Chinks is fire, one of the prettiest girls on the show. So they came back, and then she calls Andrea, says, "Yo, what up, ho? Meet up with me right now, bitch, you pussy hoe." And Andrea did what she was told, and they met up, and so she confronted her and Danny, and she's like emphasizing that, you let this white girl Oceans jump in my fight, but y'all didn't jump in the fight to help me. So then she starts pressing Danny like, "Yo, how much money did you make working with me?" And Danny's like, "I don't know, 15, 50,000. Said 15,000, ho? She said, "No, not 15, 50,000. And then Andrea just whoops her, like just hits her on her face, and they start fighting. She's making a joke out of Joseline. They break it up. Danny's bleeding. Joseline's like, "Wipe your nose, you stupid hoe. Like, wipe your nose." And what killed me is she was like, "We don't know this whole status. No bleeding's allowed in here. Y'all gotta clean this shit up." So they just start cleaning up, and I'm just like, yo, I really miss this ghetto ass show. Like, this is whole time I'm watching it, I'm like, I really miss this ghetto show because it's just so funny to me because Joseline's really a pimp, and these girls sign up every year or every season to come back to this show, and it's like, season 1 and 2, I might feel bad for you, but what is this, like season 7? Like, y'all know by now what's up. So, so that went on, and she kept thanking Oceans the whole time, and that was pretty much the episode. At the end, I believe that Chinks and, was it Lexi Gold, got into a fight, and it kind of looked like Lexi Gold kind of was getting that, but then at the end of the episode, Chinks smacked like the mess out of her, and she fell down in that seat holding her face like that. So I know that next episode is going to be crazy. We get to see more stuff. Neek is coming back. She won last season. I really like her. And yeah, Miss Natural came back. I saw that Miss Natural actually was mad that Joseline was talking about her in her confessionals. So I'm excited. Like I saw that now, like after the episode came out. She posted on social media she was mad about that. So I'm excited to see what happens later in the season, if there's a reunion. But that was pretty much it for Joseline's Cabaret. I can't wait. I'm gonna get into some more, like as the episodes come out, I'm gonna give more reviews about Joseline's Cabaret for you guys. If you can watch Joseline's Cabaret, that's one show on Zeus you need to watch is Joseline's Cabaret, because Joseline's Cabaret is actually really funny. But anyways, this week I don't have new music for you guys. I'm not gonna lie, I have not been listening to new music like that this week. This week I've been in the 90s. This week I've been like in 1997. So I've been listening to a lot of Tupac this week. It's just been my vibe for the week. So instead of giving y'all a new album review or album suggestion, I'm gonna give you guys a song of the week. I just discovered this song this week. It's an old song by Tupac. It's from it was an unreleased song that later was released after he died, but it's called Better Days featuring Mr. Biggs. So on that note, I'm gonna leave you guys. We'll get back into some more things next week. The hiatus is over. I'm back and I'm ready. No, I'm playing. But alright guys, peace out. It's been real. Boop. Like, comment, and make sure you subscribe.